Hey guys, I'm Izdaisho and I'm here bringing you another sealed game, and this is with the first deck that I built, and this hand is not playable, so we're gonna have to toss that one back. Whew, this one is a little bit risky. I've only got 2 lands, but if I mulligan then there's a good chance that I don't even have the right colors or anything, so I'm just gonna go ahead and keep this, but I'm not gonna crack this thing on turn 1. I'm gonna wait to hopefully draw another land, but anyway, as I was trying to say, this is going to be the last sealed... Oh, sweet, I did draw a land. This is going to be the last sealed that I'm doing with this version of the deck, and starting tomorrow, hopefully, I will open my next sealed pool. And I'll probably try to do about 1 a week. I don't really mind spending the extra couple of bucks to get new sealed pools every once in a while. But I have to make a decision. Do I want to, because he's representing Essence Scatter pretty well here, so do I want to play my more important creature, Master of Diversion, and start getting in for 2 every turn, or play the Giant Scorpion here? I think I'm going to play the Master of Diversion in the hopes that he either doesn't have Essence Scatter or he doesn't cast it. So it looks like one of those two was the situation, unless he's got a Pacifism and he just wants to save the Scatter for something else. So I'm still really looking to draw lands, preferably a second white source. I want to play this Charging Griffin next turn, so again I can start getting in for some evasive damage. Alright, so he's going to be able to play his Trained Condor, which is one of the better blue cards in my opinion. Just giving another creature flying when it attacks is so good. They printed a card like this that costs 5 mana for a 2/2, I think. Can't remember what the name of it was, but anyway, I'm going to be able to get in here. It's not really too big of a deal that I can tap his guy down, because there's no way he would have blocked anyway, because he's going to value his creature... Whoa, what's up, buddy? He's going to value his creature way more than I value mine. But, just going to play this Charging Griffin, and now I'm curious as to see whether or not he will attack here. And I don't think I should block. It's not really because I'm scared of a combat trick. I think that there might be something like Stave Off gives him protection. But alright, he's just going to play a Pillarfield Ox, which here is where the Master of Diversion is going to come in handy. I can just get rid of this stupid Ox, so it won't be able to block me. And he didn't attack, and I drew a Plains, which is really just the nuts. And what I just figured out, in case you're playing on Steam and you were wondering, you can click the spacebar button, and that will hit attack with all creatures for you. So there's that. But I'm really not sure why he didn't bring in with that. Maybe he just really didn't want to lose it and he didn't want to trade. But, I mean, that's fine with me because I'm just going to be able to play a Serra Angel here. And, I mean, there is a possibility that he's got a removal spell for it. But, I mean, I've got a couple of removal spells in hand. I'm hitting him for 5 evasive every turn. And we're just really looking pretty good here. If he plays something big, then I can just murder it. And I guess the worst thing would probably be like an Angelic Destiny, because I don't have mana up to murder it in response. Then you can keep getting it back after I keep killing it. But anyway, we're looking pretty good here. He's probably... I think he should have blocked... Well, I guess it really ended up helping that I played my Serra Angel post-combat last turn, because he probably would have changed his blocks based on what I did. So now I'm just going to again charge in with my dudes, and we're gonna tap down that Pillarfield Ox again. And I'm not even gonna play anything this turn. There's no point in playing the Giant Scorpion. I'd rather save up my mana for murder so that I can murder something. So he's just gonna chump block the Angel, which is definitely... Oh, he's gonna turn to Frog it right now. Okay, so this is why I have stuff like murder, so I can just kill his thing in response, and then my Angel won't die, so I get a 2-for-1 out of it, really. Even though he does get to shrink my Angel a little bit. And we're looking really solid here. I'm about to be swinging for 7 damage in the air. If I draw a land, then I can kill any creature he plays, and then win the game next turn. If not, then I might have to trade off my Master of Diversion or something. Alright, so he's just going to play this Paladin, which could be a little bit annoying, but not really that bad. Alright, so if I draw land here, then that should be the game, since I can just execute this thing, and unless he's got an unsummon, we are going to be okay here. because I can just tap this thing down, and that will be 9 damage, even more than I need. I only needed 8 damage, and that's 9. So that was just my deck working pretty well, and I mean, I didn't draw Angelic Destiny, so it could have been better, but that's just exactly what I want to do. Just get my Master of Diversion online, get some flyers in there, and then use my removal as tempo plays. So when I'm casting my Murder and getting extra value out of it, it works really well. So it looks like he might want to play another game. Or he might just be like, hey, Izdaisho, you're a meanie pants. I'm going to kick you out of the game. We don't want to play again. But this is not going to be a keeper because, again, I only have one color. Alright, we got both colors. Hand's not very good, but I think I'm going to keep it. I'd rather keep this than go down to 6. I do have 3 lands and I'm on the draw, so there's a good chance that I will be able to hit my land drops. And at least last game my opponent wasn't playing an extremely aggressive deck, and it doesn't look like he's going to be this game either, since black can be aggressive if you're running Tormented Souls, but as a general rule it's not that aggressive. Hey, Tormented Soul! Speak of the devil. So let us go ahead, fetch out a Plains here, and I'm open to drawing a Murder or something. Or anything that I can play, actually. Alright, I didn't mean a 4-drop, because I already have a couple of 4-drops, but if I were to draw a 4-drop, this guy's not bad. He does flap, he's got wings. So I really want to, like, this is a sort of, okay. What do I want to discard here? Probably this Charging Griffin. Yeah. And I mean, I'll probably draw a land by the time that I can play my Sengir Vampire. He didn't attack. Oh, that was a mistake. Luckily, I drew a spell that I could play, which is exactly what I wanted to do. So now next turn, ideally I'll draw Plains, although Angelic Destiny is not too great in the matchup since my opponent is bound to have a Pacifism or 2. And Angelic Destiny is really bad against Pacifism, obviously. Because this card comes back to your hand when it dies, but most of the time it won't be dying. Alright, we drew exactly what we needed, and despite what I just said, I'm going to make him cast the Pacifism. Like, if he doesn't cast Pacifism within the next couple of turns, he's just going to lose. Condemn. Huh. Well, that was good. For him. I guess that works too. I didn't even realize that this card was in the set. That card's awesome. Alright, so we lost the Angelic Destiny, we lost our creature, and he only had to spend 1 mana, and he didn't have to use any tempo hit to do it. But we did gain 6 life. I guess that's somewhat relevant. We're about to lose some more of it. But next turn I can drop my Sengir Vampire into my Bloodhunter Bat, so we still got some traction going. It's just we're not in as good of a shape as I had hoped. That Healer of the Pride might actually do some work for him this game. Luckily it only triggers when you cast spells, so can't really do much right here. Man, that was so perfectly set up and well played by my opponent getting this Condemn. It was perfect timing too. He was probably going to cast it on my dude anyway, even if I hadn't suited up, and when I suited up, he must have just been super excited. Alright, so he's just attacking with everything here. Really confused as to why he brought the rats. I don't know what kind of spell I'm playing around, but my Sengir Vampire gets a boost when he deals damage, so that's when he kills a creature. I'm really surprised. Oh, he just wanted to Gravedigger it so that he could cast it again next turn? That seems bad. Alright, so I drew another land, so I don't even need to worry about that at all. I don't think it's worth me attacking here, just because this game is not going to go that quickly in my favor, and I don't really want him to just hit me for 6 for no reason next turn, so I guess the next turn I can attack and then leave my Bloodhunter Bat back, then I can kill something with my Public Execution. But yeah, it's a little strange. I guess it does make sense because he wanted to cast the Gravedigger no matter what. And this way he gets to make me discard a card, which he didn't know I had just a land in hand. And also he gets to gain another 2 life from the Healer of the Pride. So, all in all, or in summation, it wasn't actually that bad of a play. Alright, he's got a Suntail Hawk. But I think I am going to do this play where I just attack with my Sangir Vampire, and then next turn he's probably going to attack with his team, and I can block the Sliver and Public Execution away the Healer of the Pride so I can get my 2 for 1. Plus he's not going to deal any damage to me. There's an Elixir of Immortality, so he's going to be able to gain even more life, but not really too big of a deal. I don't mind that my opponent's playing that card. And with the Healer of the Pride gone, I really think that I can win this race. Yeah, okay. That's fine. So what we want to do here is block the Sliver and Public Execution, kill this thing. And I mean, there is an argument for killing the Tormented Soul because it's one thing that I can't really deal with, but I don't think I'm going to do that. Alright, so he's just going to cash it in right now, get a couple more cards back in his library, gain some life. And that was a sweet draw for me because that means that I can now start getting in there with my team. I mean, I guess the War Priest of Thune sort of does a good job of that. And last turn I did wipe away 6 power. 6 power or 4 power? I just completely lied. There is an argument for holding War Priest of Thune in hand, but I think I'm going to be attacking with it. I'm just going to leave the Scorpion back, so that's why I did follow that strategy. And he is going to be getting in there with his flyer, because it does make sense because he can't really do anything about my flyers. He can chump block, but that won't help him out too much. Alright. Another Public Execution. That's really good for me, because if he ever plays another threat, then I can deal with it right away. And he should just trade here, I think, his Gravedigger for my War Priest of Thune. But that sort of does benefit me. Let's see, saying GG. I don't think the game's over yet, but whatever. I'm definitely far ahead, but if I didn't have this Public Execution, then he's not that far behind, because all he has to do is get rid of this thing, which looks like he's about to do. And yeah, I mean, again, I'm not that far ahead of him. Alright, so he's bringing just the Tormented Soul. So now I do have a pretty big life advantage, and he doesn't really have a way to deal with my other flyer either. But ooh, there's a Rune-Scarred Demon. So now it's actually coming back to bite me, that whole discarding that extra land. Alright, so he's going to make a nice play, and he's just going to block that, which makes sense. If I did have a land, then I could actually kill him next. Actually, just playing the 6/6 would kill him. But what I was thinking would be a clever play is that I can go use Rune-Scarred Demon to go get a Gravedigger, and then I can play my War Priest of Thune, destroy the pacifism, and attack and kill him. But he drew a 5th land. If he was looking to get that, then that should really help him out. And other than the first turn, he's played really well with this Tormented Soul, which is just attack every turn. There's no reason not to attack. It can't block, so it really should just be attacking every turn. There is a pacifism, so now we're just gonna attack with these two and ship the turn. I guess maybe I should have just Public Executioned his 2/2, but nah, I don't think so. I think that this has been the right line of plays so far. Alright, that's his 6th land. So, he can play something like Nightmare. I actually took Nightmare out of my deck because I didn't like... he's just not big enough. Like, he's a 3/3 flyer for 6. That's not very good. I had it in originally, but then I realized that he's really only good in a mono black deck. Alright, so we finally drew our next land. I guess I should have Public Execution this. I was planning on just pacifisming, but that works too. Alright, so got myself a Rune-Scarred Demon, and I think I actually am going to go for the play that I outlined earlier, which is to go find a Gravedigger, and then I can go get back my War Priest of Thune. I guess I could have attacked with the Giant Scorpion there pretty much with impunity because he can't block with this thing, and worst case scenario, he just blocks with the rats, and then I get to kill the rats for free. So the Scorpion should have gone in there last turn, but my opponent is definitely stuck between a rock and a hard place right here, and I'm going to basically be able to present him with multiple angles in which I can kill him. Drawing that land was actually pretty important, because now I can do all of this. Everything that I desire. War Priest of Thune. And we'll play that. So in case he has like a public execution, actually he still survives with a public execution now that I think about it, because he can just kill this thing, and then he only takes 3 from Sengir. So we're just gonna send in with the squadron, and there you go, he's got the public execution. So now I feel like less of a jerk for making that play, because I actually got 3 damage through that I wouldn't have gotten had I not played my Gravedigger to get back my Sengir Vampire. And he's got a second Nightmare, but unfortunately my Nightmare is over, and I'm going to be able to win. I still have a public execution in hand. It just goes to show you how far ahead of this game I really was. But yeah, he didn't attack with his Tormented Soul. It's probably just because the game was over and there's really no point anymore. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I mean, I had fun. I don't know why he's still blocking. This game is very over, sir. Cookie. Jerk. I guess he's probably not a jerk. He's probably a nice fellow. But yeah, alright, so that was the game. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll be back tomorrow with a new Seal deck. Have a nice day. Bye.